And it's good to see her come back on the scene again. So please show her a lot of love. Give it up for Miss Nikki Collard.
I go up between VJ and Sean. I feel like the cream in the middle of some kind of fucked up Oreo.
Nice.
Sean says I've been gone a while, and it's true, I haven't been here, but it's not like I'm not getting stage time. You know, I've been getting a lot of stage time just at other places. George will let pretty much anybody on stage. Yeah, I get on stage. Hey, baby, you want to see my tits? I'm 30-fucking-7. They ain't where they used to be. A lot of things ain't where they used to be. I've been getting asked to leave a lot of places recently. Why is that funny? Fuck yo, I'm a nice person. Sometimes. Now, I got kicked out of Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because there was some little girl in there about 3 years old. She's so cute. You know, she's got the pretty little Sunday dress on. Her hair's all up in pigtails. And I'm wondering how the fuck her mom kept her clean. And then I realize it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So she comes running up to me and she's got her eyes all big and she's looking at me and she goes, Ariel! Ariel! And I'm like, no, sweetheart, I'm not Ariel. I'm her evil twin sister, Areola. Another place I got kicked out of here real recently was, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but they do waxing and, yeah, I think you guys can figure it out. So, I went in there and laid down on the table. The waxer lady came in. She goes, okay, what are we doing? And I said, make me look like a 12-year-old girl. She took a look under the sheet and said, that ain't happening, lady. Said, fine, make me look like a sandwich on its side that's been left uncovered in the fridge for a couple of days. I was politely asked not to come back. Something about bumming out a waxer, I don't know. A lot of comics, when they get on stage, they're going to ask everybody, how y'all doing tonight, and try to pump you up and everything. I work in customer service, so I can ask you how y'all doing tonight. Y'all will believe that I actually want to know how y'all are doing tonight, but to be honest with you, I don't give a shit. In fact, anybody in here have an iPhone 6? Yeah. You have an iPhone 6? Can I borrow it and a 22 for about 5 minutes? I hate the fucking iPhone 6. With a passion. With every scrap of my fucking soul, I hate the iPhone 6. So I've decided I'm officially an Android person. Because Android people are not the assholes that iPhone people are. Oh look, I can do this on my iPhone. Oh look, I can do this by telling my 13-year-old to do the exact same thing that you spent $600 on. I do. I have a 13-year-old and she turned 13 and I'm thinking back to when she was little and cute and it would have been easier to smother her with a pillow. Jesus. My mom always cursed me. I hope when you're older you have a daughter just like yourself. Mom didn't realize that she would get her wish. Except it wouldn't be me when I was 12, it's me now. I decided recently, after being around my daughter, that I need to give up marijuana. So at this point, I'm 11 months clean off of marijuana.
Nice, I think.
Dude, don't applaud that shit. It's because I can't find any. What kind of a shitty stand-up comic do you have to be not to be able to find weed? Now, I decided I needed to give it up because I came home from work one day and my 13-year-old daughter's on my couch and has rolled a joint and is smoking it. I walk in the house reeks of weed. My daughter's on the couch. She's gotten into my stash. And I walked up to her and snatched that joint out of her hand and realized I couldn't get pissed at her because she rolled it too well. Good job, kiddo. She gets mad at me. Mom, why don't I have a dad? Everybody else has a dad. feeling like you had a dad. And then I realized that I was better off being single. So we'll meet people, or we'll be going out, we'll meet people and stuff like that. And she's like, what about him? What about him? What about him? What about him? And I'm like, sweetie, no. I remember, and I keep telling her, no, I'm not interested in any of the guys that you're introducing me to. I'll find my own men. Thank you very much. So, and I don't bring guys that I date home anymore. I don't bring guys home anymore because when she was little, I had a guy who picked me up for a dinner date. Showed up at the house, she came running downstairs and her eyes were this big around. She looked up at him and said, are you going to marry my mommy? Oh. And I said, oh, sweetheart. Come on, she asked you a question. Leave her and me hanging. Last guy that I got seriously involved with broke up with me by text message. Yeah, he broke up with me by text message. I got that text message. I just don't think it's working out between us. And I sent him that text message back that said, you know what? I think you're right. By the way, you should get yourself checked unless you really know your friends Bob, Jake, Dylan, Tom, Dave, Hillary, Mike, and Tori. Unless you know them real well. So, one other thing that I'm going to make mention of, that I'm going to get out of your hair, because I have to pee and this is taking forever. So, I've decided, I recently bought a house. I just closed on the place yesterday. I am so happy with this place because I get so many projects I get to do now. And I've been thinking, you know what? I bought this house. I've nearly finished paying off my car. It's time for me to really screw it up. So that's why I came back to doing stand-up comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nikki.